Hi, this is Mark Olmos from Grand Canyon University, and this is your introduction for topic 3. We're going to talk about the big wheels of your ministry, in particular, number 1, evangelism. Now, why is evangelism a big wheel in your youth group? Well, big wheels are those elements in your ministry that are absolutely essential for you to be fruitful. If a big wheel isn't working, the whole thing kind of shuts down. And so it's really important for you to get your youth group to the front line of evangelism and to say, you know what, we are intentionally going to pray for and plan for reaching people in your school and in your neighborhood. So, how do you plan for evangelism? Well, there are a couple of basic principles you want to start with. First, you need to multiply relational environments. Those are places where you can invite people to come to just to hang out and build friendships. It might be, 3-on-3 tournaments. It might be ultimate frisbee on Saturdays or board game nights. Just different ways to hang out, where again you can build those relational bridges with people so that you can share the gospel eventually. It also means by planning by the school year. In other words, what you want to do is look at the rhythm of a school year. It starts in September, it ends in June, whatever your context is. Do they have a homecoming? Is it a big sports school or theater school? You want to avoid planning in conflict with a lot of the big things that happen and look for the free times and the times when people are coming back to really capitalize on getting young people into your youth group. And then plan specific outreach events. Okay, these are the invitational events: big board game night, big movie night, big video game, tournament, the 3-on-3 tournament on Saturday morning, co-ed sports. You know, uh, Try to multiply the kinds of things that your teenagers can invite people to. And that's specific for specific outreach, just building a relationship. And you might have somebody share a testimony there. You don't necessarily have to preach the gospel. The main thing is to get them into an event where they say, "Wow, this is pretty cool. The people here really care for us," and that's pretty much everything you need. And then you need to be sure to coordinate by the church's calendar. And the reason for that is because the leaders of your church also have essential events for building the church that you don't want to conflict with. And often they will need your youth staff or your youth to participate. So you want to be aware of all of those days so that you don't conflict with them. What about training for evangelism? The most effective evangelism is teen to teen evangelism. As a matter of fact, personal story, I was saved on the beach by a Pentecostal gal who also led my best friend to the Lord, who was the same age as we were. My wife was saved by being invited to something by a teenager. And so teen to teen evangelism is very powerful. It's important for you to train your youth team, your staff, to share the gospel so that they know how to do that. And then have them train your teenagers on how to convey the gospel, their testimony in the gospel in an appropriate way. And be sure to make apologetics a priority, because one of the reasons people don't share their faith is because they don't know how to answer the most basic questions. Why can we trust the Bible? How do we know that God is real? Why does God allow suffering? You can give apologetic answers to young people that, will get them over an obstacle to begin to share the gospel. And then establish follow up strategies. So be sure that when someone comes to Christ, they are taken special care of, they're given material, a Bible, they're led towards baptism and joining the church. But it's important to train your whole team for evangelism. And so, in conclusion, remember, we are called to reach the world. And Jesus said, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few." Pray to the Lord of the harvest that he might send out more workers. And that's your youth group. And you'll be surprised when the Holy Spirit begins to change the lives of your youth group's siblings, family, school, and surrounding neighborhood, and the excitement level will just go up. There's nothing like seeing God work to change lives. All right, so work on your big wheel, evangelism. God bless.